Unlike the women of the dynasty, the men of Jackson State University going through it a little bit right now. All right. Yeah, I'm talking about them high blood pressure boys. They going through it right now. All right. We just suffered our third straight loss on today. And that wraps up a week that we also lost to Southern. Now I can't cap the Southern loss. Uh I knew that was gonna be tough. You know what I'm talking about? Kind of like what I said about the Grambling game. But this Valley game, we should have had that one. But once again, high blood pressure, boy. Okay. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. But before we do, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing to hit that button. You know what I'm talking about? I am your homeboy first. This is the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on something. You know what I'm talking about? Put all your people on it. Put me in them group text, Facebook group, whatever y'all be sharing stuff. Make sure you put your people on it. You understand? Become an official member by joining the channel and feel free to hit that cash app. You know what I'm talking about? Whatever you give goes back into the company as we continue to grow on our quest to become the Amazon, the Walmart of black culture. All right. Like I said, we just lost our third straight. But for this past week, we lost to Southern. In that Southern game, like I said, Southern, shit, they at the top of the SWAC right now. They at the top of the SWAC. Now, on today, they did get smacked by Alabama A&M, but still, they at the top of the SWAC. So I can't really feel no way about that one. Okay. In that game, we shot horribly. All right, we shot 35% from the field, while they shot 50% from the field. Hell, and that'll do it right there. You know what I'm talking about? But we also lost the turnover battle 16-12. Okay. But then on the individual side, in that game, Mr. Mansell led the team in scoring with 16 points. Also contributed 9 boards, 3 assists. My favorite player for this year, Mr. Cook, had another double. All right, 13 points, 14 boards. Okay, 1 dime. Mr. Hunt had 5 points, 3 boards, 1 assist. Colter Young had 13 points, but again, he didn't shoot well. We started seeing this refrain with Colter because again, most of his shots come from 3, and again, you want to be somewhere in that range of 35%. As a good 3-point shooter, as a great 3-point shooter, you want to be in 40s. Well, he was 2 of 9 from tray ball. Okay, that ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna get it, especially when you take only 11 shots, 9 of them being a 3. They ain't gonna cut it. Okay. Mr. Jones, he chipped in off the bench with 3 points and 2 boards in 11 minutes. Mr. Johnson had 2 points, 1 board in 8 minutes. Chase Adams off the bench had 8 points, 2 dimes, 1 board in 35 minutes off the bench. Okay. And Mr. Evans had 2 points. Okay. Only 2.3 assists. And y'all know Ken was leading us in scoring in the early part of the season. So in 19 minutes, over 3 from the field. That was a rough outing. I'm sure that contributed us losing that game. So I only lost by 11. To the team that's at the top of the SWAC. So and that's a road game, tough road game. We got promise. I keep saying we got promise. Okay, some don't want to hear that because you want immediate gratification. That ain't gonna happen. In Mo Williams' first year with the program, I feel like we're gonna be all right. If we didn't have such an atrocious first half, we might have been straight. Talking about they outscored us in the first half, 40-15. 40-15. We put up 15 motherfucking points in the first half. Middle school teams don't be doing that shit. So, and we outscored them in the second half, 47-33. So without that god awful start, who knows? We might have got the upset. Okay. But let's talk about this Valley game. Now, if you watch my segment about the Dynasty, the women's team, I let you know that I did have to leave early, so I wasn't able to see this game live like I did most of the women's game. My son has autism. The only thing that bothers him is somebody coughing, and unfortunately, my wife currently has a pretty bad cough. So my son was getting agitated by that. My baby girl was, kind of embarrassed by what she thought was the attention. I don't even know if anybody was paying attention to us, but in her mind, she had a little anxious, and a little anxiety. Cause it's tough. You got to be tough on a little girl to have a sibling with autism. But it ain't tough on anybody than my son. I just can't imagine what he's hearing in that situation. But that's just a real moment, it's about. But I did come home and was able to catch the whole game on Jack State Sports Network. Okay. So if you're not in the Jackson metro area, you're not able to get to the games, you gotta work or something like that. I strongly encourage you to make sure you up that bread, get Jack State Sports Network, and then you can even go back and watch shit on demand, to my. But I was able to come back home, well, come back to my mother's house, as you can see, still over here right now. Come back to my mother's house and go check out the game. And they did what they always do. Ran my damn blood pressure up. Okay. Valley started the game hot. They were running the zone. It seemed like we weren't really executing properly against that zone at first, but we did get it together because we put up points. Like we put up enough points to win this game. You feel me? So it wasn't like it was just that. We wasn't executing just fluently with it, talking about we had to make numerous passes and get things done that way, but it wasn't the offense. It was a defense. As of right now, we got a middle of the pack offense in the swag. You know what I'm saying? They got us ranked as the number 7 offense in the swag right now. Tied for really with Alcorn, scoring 66 points a game. All right. But we at the very bottom when it comes to defense, giving up 77 points a game, 76.6. Okay. And that was the case tonight. That was the case tonight. When you score 7 to 8 points in a college basketball game, you're supposed to win that game. You're supposed to win that game. This ain't just running gun and all that shit. These coaches really control tempo and all that kind of shit in college basketball. So you put up 7 to 8 points, you're supposed to win that game. But we are undersized. Ain't like we just got, even though Mr. Mansell can jump and Mr. Cook plays hard and stuff like that. It ain't like we just got just great rim protection back there. The depth ain't really there yet, you know what I'm saying? So it's tough. So it's tough, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, Valley started out hot. It was running that zone, but we kind of got it figured out. We finally took the lead when Chase Young busted a transition 3 that capped off a 14-4 run for us. And then we were up 3 at the half. Okay. So I'm looking at it like, okay, these high blood pressure boys, they finna be in a close one again, but we're gonna get it done because Valley at the bottom of the standings. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, we got to have this one and break this little losing streak right here. But Valley came back. They tied the game back up around like the 15-minute mark in the second half on a tray ball. We went back up on the next possession. Mr. Mansell then pushed the lead to 4, to my with a dunk. Valley went on to tie the game back up. Then it kind of got into a little back and forth type of situation in the game. And that was until Collins for Valley hit a clutch 3 when we were down 1. Like the shot clock was running down, and I mean, Young Blood just raised up for the tray ball, you know what I'm saying? So that hurt us. Then another key moment in the last 2 minutes was Valley was trying to run the clock. One of their players, like he was sizing up one of our guys, you know what I'm talking about? Like he was trying to set him up for a step back. It was defended well. But then he tried to hit a guy on the back door. We stole the pass. We got out in transition. I want to say that was Mr. Evans. Pushed it, got it to Colty, butt naked for a tray ball. We missed it. But then Mr. Mansell looked like he was about to dunk that thing back, and it just fell out of his hand. So that hurt. You got to get points in those kind of situations. Would have been excellent to have that tray ball go down from Colty. But we got nothing out of that possession. Then we go back down the other end. You know, it kind of got sloppy. You know, to my they turned it over. We come back down. Bodies hitting the floor. You know, to my we didn't get anything again. And then, man, they just end up knocking down free throws to close the game down on us. You know, to close the game out, I should say. Overall, they shot 52% from the field. Okay, it was numerous possessions, like 5 or 6 straight possessions one time. They were just coming down and they couldn't miss. Like if you would have watched Valley play today, you would be like, how is Valley at the bottom of the conference? You know what I'm saying? Because they were looking that efficient offensively. I mean, they were 8 out of 12 from trey ball. That's 67%. That's goddamn good. Okay. We took 22 threes and still didn't make 8. All right, we shot 27% from the 3. They shot 80% from the line. Okay. We shot well from the line today as well, shot 82%. We did out rebound them, okay, 38 to 25, and 19 offensive boards contributed to that. But we did lose the turnover battle slightly, okay, 14 turnovers to the 11. In terms of individual numbers, Mr. Mansell led us in this game with 17 points and 10 boards, so he had a double-double. Zeke had a double-double as well with 14 points and 12 boards. So those guys were getting it done for us inside. Chase Adams had 13 points, 5 dimes, and 6 boards. Coulter Young had 11 points and 3 assists on only 3 of 13 shooting, 3 of 12 from the trey ball. Coach Mogar got to figure something out with that. Coach giving them the green light right now, but he going to rein that in a little bit until Coulter is making more of these shots. He's just going to have to do that, okay? Ken had 5 points on only 2 of 10 shooting, 1 of 6 from trey ball, but he also had 4 boards and 4 assists. All right, Mr. Jones had 14 points and 4 boards off the bench. All right, 6 of 8 shooting, okay? So that was big for us. Mr. Johnson had 2 points, and Mr. Hunt had 2 points, 4 dimes, and 1 board. Okay. We did miss Trace out there today. We definitely could have used him. And you can argue clearly that we would have won the game with him. Okay. But we still supposed to get that done. We at home. We're supposed to get that done. I don't want to leave without mentioning Mr. Collins again from Valley, because we tried to send him to the league. He had 21 points on 7 of 14 shooting, but was 5 of 6 from behind the arc. Okay, 6 boards, 4 dimes. Okay, we trying to send that young man to the league. All right, Mr. Brown also chipped in with 17, and they got 16 from Mr. Waller off the bench. Okay, but we're supposed to get that done. And I'm gonna tell y'all something I need. I've been trying to figure out, why is the basketball crowd so chill? You got the boom up in there lighting shit up, and you got a bunch of shit going on. You might say, well, because we lose, but that was a tight game. Women being dominant. I need my students. When it comes to basketball, college basketball, student sections, that's what sets things off. Okay. It ain't the OGs up in there. Hell, the OGs have been at work all goddamn week. They just trying to chill and eat their popcorn and nachos and shit. Okay. They just trying to chill. The most the OG probably finna do is hit you with this or something like that. All right. It's the students. I need the student section to turn that bitch up. You feel me? So if you're a young king or queen out here, you fuck with put it on something, you fuck with your homeboy first. I need y'all. Okay. Coach Mo needs y'all. Coach Reed needs y'all. Okay. We need y'all to turn that bitch up. It starts with y'all. Okay. Start with y'all, the DJ, and the announcer. And we can get those 3 to turn up. The students, the DJ, and the announcer at the right moments and shit. You know what I'm talking about? We turn that into a motherfucking environment that these folks won't be getting these little close games like that no more. Okay. So I need that out of y'all youngins. You feel me? Put it on something.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?